Waiting in long lines can be annoying and inconvenient, but imagine waiting in a line that you will most likely never reach the end of. My name is Kopfman, and for our idea speech, I'm going to discuss organ donations. What if everyone was an organ donor? How many people would be saved? Currently, there are over 120,000 people on the waiting list just for a match that could save their lives, and there is another one added every 10 minutes. With these numbers increasing so rapidly, it is almost inevitable that if you don't know someone who is in need of an organ donation, that at some point you will. Can you imagine a doctor coming and telling you that your son or daughter has 6 months to live unless an organ becomes available? Not only that, but an organ that is compatible with them? Most people end up waiting for years, and that is just far too long. According to the United States Department of Health and Human Services, there are 18 people that die each day waiting for a donation. Not being an organ donor is nothing short of ignorant. You are turning your back on at least 8 people in need when opting out of being a donor. Mostly all of these people could be saved with just the generosity and consideration of another person. When preparing for this speech, I watched a few testimonials, and one mother said that, quote, heaven doesn't need them, but Earth sure could use them. Regardless of your religious standpoint, the place that you proceed to after death will have no use for your organs and tissues, but they would 100% give another person a second chance here. There are a lot of misconceptions about why people think that they cannot be donors. People tend to think that if they have a sketchy or less than perfect medical history, that they cannot be qualified as a donor. This is untrue. Anyone can be qualified as a donor. Even with an ailment, your tissues can still most likely be used. People also think that maybe they are too old, but this isn't the case. You can sign up to be an organ donor at any age. Another study that was conducted about the barriers of becoming an organ donor recorded many people saying that if they were an organ donor, that they would not be able to have a traditional wake with an open casket, and this was a huge reason that stopped them, because they would like for their family and everyone to be able to participate in something as traditional as that. But this is untrue because medical advances now allow doctors to take what they need without significant damage to the body of the patient. One last myth about people who are organ donors is that if you're in a situation where you are hurt, that the doctors will not try as hard to save you. This is completely untrue. Doctors are bound by law to do everything in their power to try to save you. Their work is separate from that of the point of you becoming an organ donor. It is a lot of these myths that stop people from becoming a donor, but I hope that I have helped to clear them up. I hope that after this speech, if you are not an organ donor, that you sign up to become one. We are all in this together, so we might as well do what we can to take care of one another. Hopefully none of us in this class or any of our loved ones will ever have to be in a situation that requires them to be a donee or receive a donation. But if the time comes, it is always good to know that someone has your back and that you have theirs, even if it's a person that you'll never meet. Please tell your family and friends about becoming an organ donor, or go to visit Organdonor.gov for more information. There's tons of statistics and useful things on there. Yep, that's all. My name is Kopfman.